Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I really fancy doing a kind of summery, maybe slightly bronzy, glowy skin look. As the sun seems to have arrived in the UK, I thought it would be the most appropriate look to do, and I do love this kind of skin. Like glowy skin, it's my favourite, despite the fact, as you well know, I have oily to combination skin, but I do have ways of trying to combat that whilst still keeping a glowy skin, so I can talk about that throughout the video. Obviously if you've got dry and normal skin then you're absolutely fine. You can combat hot weather and glowy makeup at the same time. But yeah, I just thought it seems like a very appropriate makeup look, so that is what I'm going to do today. And all products. So the first product I'm going to use, you're probably going to guess it anyway, it's my 100% Pure Luminous Primer and my Dr. Huska Bronzing Tint. Now obviously this is a luminous primer. They do have a matte version, 100% Pure, and I might get it because I love this primer and this formulation, so I have a feeling I might like the matte one. But especially when it gets more hotter, when it's hotter outside, or yeah, it's much warmer, I still love using this. I just try to avoid, or I don't put as much near the T-zone as maybe I would normally do. So I'm going to go with this. I'm going to mix these two together to get a really nice glowy, bronzy start to the skin. So I use about that much of the primer. And you know what, I've got quite a big dollop of the bronzing tint, which could be a bad idea, but because it's mixed with the primer, it kind of shears it out slightly. So I'm just going to take it, this is a sculpting brush from Real Techniques, any kind of buffing brush I like to use this bit, and literally just start buffing onto the skin. So at the moment I'm trying to focus it more around the perimeters of my face, and I do make sure I jug this bit down my neck just because there is a bronzing tint to it, so I kind of want it to kind of match and glide onto the neck portion as well. And then kind of, I've got no more left on the back of my hand, and I kind of wipe off my brush and then I just add it a little bit to the T-zone area just to help bronze it up and also just to prime it slightly there. But like I said, the majority of the product gets focused around the perimeters of my face. Then I'm going to move on to a concealer. Now for concealer, because obviously I put it under my eyes, but I focus it a lot around my T-zone area where I am oily, I prefer to go in with a mineral or powder form type of concealer as opposed to a cream concealer, just because it will help keep the oils at bay a little bit more than a cream concealer will do. If I'm not wearing my makeup for a particularly long period of time, then I will just go maybe sometimes with a cream or a liquid concealer, but when it gets really hot I feel like mineral or a powder base is better. So this is the Lily Berry Beige Concealer. But what I'll do is I'll really pinpoint this in the areas where I want it, just so that I can keep the rest of it nice and glowy. So as always, I like to take it on my little setting brush from Real Technique. So I'm going to start off and pop this under the eye first, just to eliminate any dark circles, although I think I'm okay today. And just a little bit of the lid, because I can get oily lids as well. Just make sure you blend it out as well. And then like I said, then I will put it on like spots and things like that, anything I want to cover. A little bit of redness around the nose. Okay, and then I will be doing a little bit of powder, just because even though I've gone with a mineral based concealer, in the summer I do like to go with a little bit of extra powder just to really set those places in, but I do that kind of after I've applied the rest of my products because they tend to be more cream based, the rest of them. So then I'm actually going to go in with this little product here. I've got kind of a love-hate relationship with this. This is the RMS Beauty Contour Bronze. As you may well know, like, I think it's too cool tone to be a bronzer, but then it's too shimmery to be a contour. I get very confused with this product, but I do think a little bit applied in certain areas can look very pretty, and it just helps to that kind of glowy glowiness that we quite like. So I use just a buffing brush. I do just dab a little on the back of my hand because I don't want it to be too intense. And I kind of just pop it in the areas I want to. Although I'd say it's too cool tone to be a bronze, I'd rather use it as a bronzer or a contour. I just don't like using shiny or shimmery products as a contour. So I kind of use it more to bronze up the skin. Like I said, it is quite a cool toned product. Now I'm someone who doesn't tan in the summer. I either stay the same shade or I burn. That's kind of how I work. So stuff like this is really nice, like the bronzing tint and things, just because it allows me to look a little bit more sun-kissed, even though I'm not, but not going over the top and not having to fake tan. What I'm going to quickly do is actually take the Dr. Hushka bronzing tint on that same brush, and I'm just going to start buffing this into my skin. So if you have got stuff on show, but you would look to look a bit more kind of bronze, everything kind of matches the face. If you've gone on maybe a little bit heavy with the bronzing tint on your face by accident, this works really well. It works better if you mix it in with a moisturiser, a body moisturiser. I think that works really well, but I don't have one to hand right now. And actually I don't have, oh do I? Oh, I might have a Green Beauty body bronzer, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. Don't worry, that is not patchiness of the bronzing tint. That's where I get a bit sensitive on my chest area, so if I buff too hard it kind of leaves red marks. That's all I've done there, so that will calm down, but it just helps give that nice overall bronzy effect. So kind of like a body bronzer, but yeah, if you just mix it, it's probably best if you mix it with a body moisturiser, if I'm being completely honest, as opposed to putting it straight onto skin like this, because then it does kind of blend out smoother and stuff. But just thought I'd do a little demonstration and show you that you can use it for that as well. Okay, now on to some highlighter, which is obviously my favourite part. I'm going to take the Vapour Organics Halo Illuminator in Moonlight for this. I'm just going to go ahead and really stick this to the high points of my face where I like to bronze. I mean like to highlight, sorry. And then just buff this into the skin. And I didn't take any down the bridge of my nose just because I want to avoid that area when it gets to hotter weather. Another option for highlighter, depending on what your preference is, I also really like this product, the RMS Luminizer Squad. It gives a slightly more of a wet finish. If you like the kind of more wetter look, then I'd go for this. And I'd probably only go for this if you're someone who maybe has normal dry skin. I love this product, and when it's not so hot outside I will use this, but I just like to avoid it more so when it does get hotter, because it is a lot more wet on the skin and can look a lot more greasy than this highlighting stick. Okay. And then to finish off this look, like I said, I'm going to go in a little bit of powder just to make sure my T-zone is kind of fully set. Hopefully isn't going to get too oily throughout the day. I probably will still get a little bit shiny and I might have to top up throughout the day, but at least this way it kind of reduces the amount of oil that's going to come through. So this is the RMS Beauty and Powder. I really want to try their concealer because I've heard it's really good, but I'm trying to not spend money at the moment on makeup, so at some point I want to get my hands on that. I'm going to take my setting brush again, but taking a very small amount of this and making sure I dust off the excess, because otherwise it can leave a bit of a white cast behind. So I'm just going to pat this in the areas where I know I'm going to get shiny. Now if you're someone who really wants to keep the oils at bay, then I guess the baking method would be the method to go for, but I just don't like how it looks on my skin. and I find it can make me look dry, which is weird for me. I'm actually going to take out this RMS liquid stuff, highlight this one here, and just run it along the lips actually. Okay, and that is this makeup look. Like I said, I wanted to do something a bit summery, bronzy, glowy, kind of like a really beautiful skin to go for, and how I thought I'd show you how I kind of try and keep my oils at bay during the summer and still have glowy skin. But yeah, I really like how it turned out. I really wish I'd done this bit properly and actually mixed the bronzing tint with moisturiser, because it would look so much better right now and my skin would be all red and splotchy from buffing too hard. But you kind of get an idea of what I was trying to demonstrate anyway. So this is this makeup look complete. Like I said, I love this kind of look, and I really think it's perfect for summer. I was thinking maybe doing another Q&A very soon, as I know a lot of you really enjoyed my last one. So if you would like me to do another Q&A at some point, let me know down below, and also leave me your questions as well. I'll probably film it next week, so you have a while to think of questions, and just put hashtag Q&A with your question below, and I'll do another video doing a Q&A for you. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. All products will be linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.